Hello and welcome to part 5. We've made it. It's part 5, our final part of our little top-down racing game. Congratulations on making it this far. So, we've got 2 cars. You can play against a friend. You've got your start-finish line. You've got lap counters for each car. You've got a nice-looking track. Let's make a little game-ending screen so it looks official. So, we're going to hover over the cat head. Click on the paintbrush. And then we're going to convert to bitmap so that we can fill our background in white using the fill or paint bucket tool here. We will drop our saturation all the way down and then click in this blank space here. It is now white, and we're going to convert back to vector just so we don't have to try and center that up nicely without getting the green around the sides of the grass. We will click on our select arrow. We will click on the background color and then stretch out the corners here, just so it fills the entire scene up there. Now, this costume is going to be called Player 1 Wins. And then we're going to 2-finger press or right click on this one, and we're going to duplicate it and call it Player 2 Wins. And then we'll come down here to our sprite area, and instead of this being called Sprite 1, we will call it Winner. Nice. Let's go back to Player 1 Wins. We will click on the big capital T for text, and we will change the text color to the same color, or roughly the same color, as your Player 1's car. So my Player 1 car was red. It doesn't need to be the same color red, that's fine. I'm going to click where I'd like to start typing, and I will write Player 1 Wins in capital letters, and then an exclamation mark. Then, using the select tool, I'm going to make this bigger by dragging out the corners, and then I'll center it nicely like that. Now it's centered there. And then instead of typing that all out again, I will double click in here and then Command or Control C, depending on what type of keyboard you're on. And then I'll come down to Player 2 Wins and Command or Control V. And then I will double click in here and change this to my Player 2 color, which was blue. Again, it doesn't have to be the exact same color as the car. That is A-OK. So let's start adding in some code now to our winner screen. So up to the coding area, and we will grab an events block when the flag is clicked. Well, first of all, when we press the flag, we actually don't want to see this sprite covering the entire screen saying that a player has won. They absolutely haven't won yet. There hasn't been a race. So we need to go to our Looks tab, and we will hide this. So now we can press the flag to make sure that that works. And then let's go to Control, and we'll grab a forever loop. And then we need 2 if and thens, because there are 2 ways that this game could end. The first way is Player 1 could get the maximum amount of laps that you've set, and then Player 2 could also get that first. So let's have a look here. Let's go into our green operators blocks, and we're going to grab an equals for each of these. Beautiful, just like that. Okay, now in the first one, let's go to our variables tab, and we'll grab Player 1 laps. And then for our second one, we'll grab Player 2 laps. Now you get to decide here how long your race is going to be. I suggest until you get really good at it that you maybe make it something like 3 so that there's not too many laps that you have to complete. Now then, when this happens, when Player 1 laps equals 3, what we want is to show, so let's go back to looks, and we are going to, before we show, like we can just drag up this show, but before we do that, if this is Player 1 that has the laps first, we need to switch the costume to Player 1 Wins first, and then we will show it. And then if Player 2 laps equals 3 first, we will switch costume to Player 2 Wins and then show it. Now, just so you can't keep racing after this has happened, what we'll do is we will go to Control, and down here we can stop all. So we can put this here, and then we can grab another one and we can put this here. So now if we press the flag, let me try and do a clean 3 laps here as Player 1. We should, almost missed. It's tricky. But again, because we put the turning radius up at the front wheels, it does feel very nice to drive. Now, oh, must have done it even quicker than our allotted time there. There we go. Player 1 laps equals 3. Now, you'll notice that I actually just did 4 laps then, which means somehow, hang on, where is it? It's in the start/finish line. This was too long. I think I did it even quicker than 8 seconds that lap. So let's make it so we wait 6 seconds and then 6 seconds, or maybe 7, just to be safe, because again, we don't want any cheating here. Let's do it as 7. But you can see that we now have player 1 wins. And if we just want it to be this screen without these little variable blocks up here, in here, we can come down and we can pop into the variables tab. And if player 1 is the winner, we can hide. Actually, we'll do it first. Let's hide player 1 laps, and we'll also hide player 2 laps, and then the same for down here. So we can go hide player 1 laps and hide player 2 laps. So that will hide these variables. But because we've hidden them now, it does mean that when we press the flag, we need to show those variables. So because we're just working in this winner space here, in our winner sprite, sorry, let's just add that up to here. So when we press the flag, we need the variables to show again. So let's show player 1 laps, and then we will show player 2 laps. So let's go around again. Round we go. Again, it might take a little bit of practice here, but it does feel very nice to drive. Here we go for our 3rd and final lap. Bang, nice. And it works. Now, that's really only the beginning of what you can do here. You can add some sounds to your cars if you'd like to do that. You can make the laps longer. You could make the cars drive faster by changing these numbers here. You can do all sorts of things with this. So do a bit more problem solving now. See what you can come up with and make the best top-down racing game that you've ever made. I hope you've enjoyed this series. I very much enjoyed making it for you all. And I will see you in the next one.